let's embark on an incredible journey, a voyage through time itself, to explore the secrets hidden within the Amazon rainforest. Imagine stepping into a world teeming with life, a realm of emerald canopies and winding rivers. The Amazon, the planet's most expansive rainforest, presents a formidable challenge to human existence. And yet, whispers persist of lost cities, legendary settlements brimming with untold riches concealed within its verdant depths. Is this truth, or merely a captivating illusion woven from our collective dreams? Perhaps the genesis of this enduring mystery lies in the legend of El Dorado. As European explorers ventured into the Americas in the 16th century, tales emerged of a remarkable Amazonian civilization. This culture, it was said, practiced the ritual of coating their leader in shimmering gold as an offering to the gods. Thus, the legend of El Rey Dorado, the Golden Man, rapidly spread across Europe. Visions of immeasurable wealth spurred explorers onward, igniting a fervent desire to uncover this fabled treasure hidden deep within the Latin American jungle. Expeditions to the continent multiplied with each passing year, fueled by the intoxicating promise of gold. It wasn't long before explorers encountered the Muisca people, residing near Lake Guatavita in present-day Colombia. The Muisca held a unique tradition. Their leader, known as the Zipa, would be adorned from head to toe in gold dust. In a sacred ceremony, the Zipa would then plunge into the lake, scattering gold across the water's surface. This act served as a profound expression of gratitude to the cosmic powers they revered. The European explorers, witnessing this spectacle, were astounded. To them, gold was a commodity, a tool for trade and commerce. The Muisca's seemingly boundless use of gold led the Europeans to believe that vast reserves must be concealed somewhere within the jungle. And so, the legend of El Dorado was truly born. The practice of El Rey Dorado evolved into the myth of El Dorado, a mythical city believed to hold unimaginable riches. Driven by this tantalizing prospect, European powers poured vast sums into expeditions to scour the Amazon rainforest. Alas, these ambitious ventures invariably returned empty-handed, if they returned at all. Many brave souls vanished into the green abyss, swallowed by the jungle's impenetrable embrace. Fast forward to the early 20th century in England. The esteemed Royal Geographical Society sought a capable individual to venture into Latin America. Their mission: to delineate the border between Brazil and Bolivia, specifically the section nestled deep within the Amazon rainforest. Sir Percy Fawcett, a passionate devotee of Latin America, eagerly volunteered for this daunting task. Now, consider the sheer scale of the Amazon rainforest. Its colossal expanse rivals the size of the continental United States, sprawling across 8 countries including Brazil, Peru, and Bolivia. Navigating this immense wilderness is no simple undertaking. The jungle is a labyrinth of dense vegetation, teeming with formidable predators. Imagine encountering colossal anaconda snakes, stealthy panthers, lurking crocodiles, and swarms of razor-toothed piranhas. Yet despite these perils, Fawcett proved remarkably successful in his mapping endeavors, and his appetite for exploration only grew stronger. Back in England, Fawcett immersed himself in the diaries of past explorers, seeking to unravel the mysteries of ancient Amazonian civilizations. He read tales of the Incas, the Mayans, and the magnificent empires they had forged. Fawcett reasoned that if the Incas could construct empires spanning over 2 million square miles, then surely other advanced civilizations could have flourished within the Amazon's embrace. During his research, Fawcett stumbled upon a report from a 16th century explorer detailing a city hidden deep within the Amazon. This city, the report claimed, possessed unimaginable quantities of precious minerals, stretching for 15 miles with houses seamlessly connected, wall to wall. This account ignited Fawcett's imagination, fueling his burning desire to discover what he called the lost city of Z. For years, Fawcett relentlessly explored the Amazon rainforest, tirelessly searching for stone ruins, tangible evidence of ancient human settlements. In his later expeditions, he focused his efforts on the state of Mato Grosso in central Brazil. His journey would begin in Europe, leading him to the lower reaches of the Xingu River. The trek to the Xingu alone would take approximately 14 days on foot. From there, he would navigate the waterways in small wooden boats, guided by local indigenous leaders who possessed an intimate knowledge of the region. The means by which Fawcett communicated with the indigenous population remains a mystery, as they spoke only in local dialects. Some researchers suggest that this communication barrier may have been the very reason he never succeeded in finding the lost city, unable to effectively convey the specific nature of his quest. And this was not his greatest D. More often than not, the relics of bygone eras lie hidden beneath layers of vegetation, buried under soil, or swallowed by shifting sands. This makes unearthing them a real challenge. But thanks to innovative tools and techniques, scientists have made astounding discoveries, including the vast network of ancient Mayan causeways that crisscross the old Mayan territories. Just imagine these roadways. You might expect to see such impressive ruins in places like Portugal, England, or even the United States. We're talking about roads that could stretch 130 feet wide, painted a brilliant white to guide travelers through the darkness of night. Recently, a staggering 110-mile network of these roads was unearthed. Experts believe these highways predate even the earliest registered Mayan roads known to us. These roadways, sometimes traversing swampy ground and even elevated above it, are now being hailed as the world's first superhighways. While we have no record of animal-powered vehicles, it's believed the Maya used these routes to navigate a network of perhaps 964 settlements. Imagine a vast spiderweb connecting these population centers. From what archaeologists have pieced together, this extensive road system facilitated a complex web of economic and social interactions between Mayan cities. This revelation completely shatters the traditional view that the Mayan pre-classic period, dating back to 2000 BCE, consisted of only small tribal settlements. Think about the immense manpower and engineering prowess required to construct these white highways. Scientists theorize that these causeways were built using a method similar to that employed in the construction of Mayan pyramids, utilizing a mixture of mud and quarried stone. And, of course, they incorporated multiple layers of limestone to achieve that distinctive white sheen. Quite remarkable, isn't it? But let's rewind a bit and set the stage. The Mayans were one of the most significant pre-Columbian civilizations in the Americas. Until recently, experts believed that at its peak, the Mayan civilization encompassed over 40 cities, boasting a population of millions. That's a substantial number of people. Their civilization flourished across Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, Guatemala, and Belize. They primarily sustained themselves through agriculture. However, the Yucatan Peninsula presented formidable challenges for crop cultivation. As a result, the Mayans developed sophisticated irrigation systems in most of their cities. They also erected a series of ceremonial buildings, towering pyramids, and expansive plazas. The Mayans were not only adept pyramid builders, but also developed an extraordinarily advanced astronomical system. Using what we would consider primitive technology, they accurately predicted the positions of planets like Venus and Mars, along with the precise dates of eclipses. Consider Tikal, a prime example of an ancient Mayan city. Nestled deep within the Guatemalan jungle, Tikal is believed to have been the capital of a powerful Mayan conquest state. At its zenith, its importance rivaled that of modern-day cities like London or New York. It comprises a network of intricate monuments. The North Acropolis, constructed entirely by human hands around 350 BCE, is among Tikal's oldest collections of monuments. It served as the final resting place for kings and chiefs. Its monuments soar to heights of up to 200 feet. Back in its glory days, these stepped pyramid temples were painted a vibrant red, a color the Mayans clearly adored. Today, only the limestone remains visible. Then, there's Chichen Itza, home to one of the best-preserved pyramids on Earth. Located in Mexico's Yucatan state, this Mayan city is well over 2,500 years old. At its peak, it housed a population of 35,000. The site sprawls across 4 square miles of land. The centerpiece is El Castillo, a magnificent step temple rising 80 feet above the ground. Its most striking feature is the 91 steps on each of its 4 sides, including the upper platform, totaling 365 steps, corresponding to the number of days in a solar year. Clearly, these people were a force to be reckoned with. That's why the mystery surrounding their decline is so perplexing. There's a distinct lack of concrete evidence explaining the downfall of this once mighty empire. What could have triggered their demise? Was it a prolonged drought? Recent research conducted in 2017 has shed new light on the situation. By analyzing radiocarbon data from ceramics and archaeological excavations at a site in Cebu, southwest of Tikal, scientists extracted new insights into the unexpected collapse of this great civilization. The data suggests that rather than a sudden catastrophic event, the Mayans likely succumbed to waves of social instability and political turmoil. These events are believed to have gradually weakened Mayan city centers, leading to the dispersion of the Mayan population. Pinpointing the exact causes remains a challenge. But recent disc imagined traveling back in time, not just centuries but millennia, to a South America vastly different from the one we know. Recent discoveries are rewriting the story of humanity's past, casting a brilliant light on not only the Mayan Empire, but also other long-lost civilizations that once thrived in the heart of this continent. A groundbreaking discovery in Brazil, made possible by advanced satellite imaging technology, is sending shockwaves through the scientific community. Images captured near the Shu River, deep within the Amazon rainforest, hint at the existence of sprawling cities, possibly home to millions, flourishing long before the dawn of our modern world. It's a revelation that challenges everything we thought we knew about the history of civilization. Further bolstering this astonishing theory, satellite imagery has also revealed a complex network of trenches in the Bolivian Amazon forest, dating back to between 200 and 1200 CE. These structures suggest the presence of settlements capable of supporting approximately 60,000 people, hidden within the dense jungle. When researchers from the University of Florida ventured into the Amazon to verify the satellite data, they were stunned to uncover numerous mounds, accompanied by intricate ditches and enigmatic geoglyphs etched into the earth. Archaeologists also unearthed remnants of meticulously designed walls surrounding central plazas, reminiscent of the architectural style employed by the ancient Mayans. Now, let's shift our focus to another geographical debate, the age-old question of which river truly holds the title of the world's longest. Contrary to popular belief, the Nile's claim to this prestigious title may be a misconception. Determining a river's length involves far more than simply measuring the distance between its source and its mouth. Rivers are complex systems, interwoven with countless tributaries that significantly impact their overall length. In fact, when these tributaries are taken into account, the initial measurement can increase dramatically, sometimes even tripling, as exemplified by the mighty Mississippi River. Consider the Mississippi. From its origin in Itasca, Minnesota, to its delta in New Orleans, the measurement suggests one length. However, the inclusion of the Missouri River, its largest tributary, completely alters this perception. This discrepancy has ignited ongoing debates surrounding the true length of the Nile compared to that of the Amazon River. Despite Google's current recognition of the Nile as the longest river globally, this assertion may not entirely align with the complete factual picture. To truly grasp this concept, envision rivers as the intricate network of veins within the human body. It would be inaccurate to assume that a 6-foot-tall individual only possesses 6 feet of veins, wouldn't it? Veins intricately weave throughout the entire body, forming a vast, interconnected system. Similarly, rivers operate under the same principle. The length of the main river is not the sole consideration. The extensive network of tributaries holds equal, if not greater, importance. Now, let's turn our attention to the fascinating phenomenon of atmospheric rivers. Incredible meteorological occurrences characterized by air currents that transport staggering amounts of water vapor, sometimes all the way from the Amazon rainforest in northern South America to as far as northern Argentina. These airborne highways act as essential conduits for the life-giving moisture carried by these invisible rivers. Their influence extends across Brazil's central west, southeast, and southern regions, shaping the rainfall patterns in these areas. When these ethereal rivers converge with specific weather conditions, such as a cold front, the latent humidity they carry can transform into much-needed rainfall. This precipitation plays a vital role in sustaining the region's diverse ecosystems and supporting Brazil's thriving economy in multiple ways. The significance of this phenomenon is undeniable as it enables the irrigation of crops, ensuring agricultural productivity and food security. Additionally, it replenishes local rivers, maintaining a steady water flow and supporting aquatic life. Moreover, the water collected by these rivers is channeled into dam reservoirs, providing a reliable source of energy for the nation. Consider this. The amount of water transported by these airborne rivers may match or even surpass the enormous flow of the Amazon River itself. Thus, when we combine the conventional Amazon River with its aerial counterpart, it becomes significantly larger than the Nile in terms of total water volume transported. Atmospheric rivers are not unique to South America. They are also observed in the Congo Basin, where the climate is predominantly shaped by the moisture emanating from the Atlantic Ocean and the lush forests of the Congo Basin. This incredible phenomenon leads to evaporation levels reaching as high as 3 to 6 feet of water per year. These rivers vary in size and strength, but on average, they transport a water vapor volume comparable to the flow at the mouth of the Mississippi River. In rare cases, exceptionally powerful atmospheric rivers can carry up to 15 times that amount. When these airborne rivers reach land, they release their accumulated water vapor, resulting in rainfall or snowfall. While atmospheric rivers come in various forms, those with high water vapor content and intense winds can unleash extreme precipitation and devastating flooding, especially when they linger over flood-prone watersheds. Imagine a powerful force of nature, a pineapple express, a colossal atmospheric river. This isn't your typical gentle stream. It's a robust system, a conveyor belt of moisture relentlessly transporting vast quantities of water vapor from the balmy tropical regions near Hawaii directly to the west coast of the United States. Such an event can unleash chaos. Picture disrupted travel, roads turned into raging torrents, and the terrifying spectacle of mudslides cascading down hillsides. The potential for destruction of life and property is immense, yet not all atmospheric rivers are harbingers of doom. Many are far weaker, providing the essential rain and snow that sustains life, replenishes reservoirs, and keeps agriculture alive. These atmospheric rivers play a critical, often unseen role in the planet's global water cycle. They are intrinsically linked to both water supply and the ever-present threat of flooding, particularly in the American West. Beyond the dangers, however, they also contribute to the welcome increase in snowpack, a vital resource for the drier months. Think back to the series of atmospheric rivers that relentlessly battered the U.S. West Coast, from Washington State down to Southern California, between 2010 and more recently, early 2024. These storms unleashed staggering amounts of rainfall, in some areas ranging from a soaking 11 inches to a deluge of 25 inches. So, if water vapor can be considered a river in the sky, it begs the question, what else can nature redefine as a river? Prepare to be surprised, because even without a single drop of water, something can still be classified as a river. This fascinating phenomenon is known as a wadi. The term wadi traditionally refers to a river valley, but these valleys are unlike anything you've likely seen. Wadis are typically found in the gently sloping, almost flat expanses of deserts. Unlike traditional rivers, wadis lack permanent defined channels. This is because water flow is sporadic, an infrequent visitor rather than a constant presence. As a result, wadis often exhibit braided stream patterns, a network of shallow channels weaving across the landscape. This is caused by the limited water supply and an abundance of sediments. Any water that does manage to reach the stream bed quickly percolates down into the thirsty earth, causing a sudden decrease in energy and significant deposition of sediment. Furthermore, wadis can develop sediment dams, dramatically altering stream patterns during subsequent, often violent, flash floods. Interestingly, even wind plays a role in sediment deposition within wadis. When wadi sediments are submerged or even just moist, wind-driven sediments settle on top of them, creating a unique mixture of both water and wind-borne materials. Rivers, it seems, can be peculiar indeed, not just because they consist of sand or air, but also because of their fascinating and unexpected coverings. Consider Scotland's River Dee. Under certain conditions, it reveals an intriguing sight. Peculiar frozen formations that resemble nothing so much as lily pads floating on the surface. These formations, known as ice pancakes or pancake ice, are a natural phenomenon. They occur when gentle waves cause small, smooth pieces of ice to collide, resulting in smooth, rounded edges. As these ice disks interact with the waves, they gain raised edges, further enhancing their resemblance to lily pads. Typically, pancake ice has a somewhat slush-like consistency. Some media reports have suggested that the ice on the River Dee formed from frozen foam. While plausible, scientists explain that the pancake ice still primarily develops through the collision process. Over time, these individual ice pancakes often merge together, forming larger and larger sheets of ice. If the ice becomes thick enough and the water remains turbulent, it can bend, fracture, and stack upon itself, creating remarkable, almost architectural structures called ice ridges. Now, prepare for a truly mind-bending concept. Imagine a river not made of water, but of methane. It may sound like something straight out of science fiction, but on Saturn's moon, Titan, this is a reality. Vid Flumina, a truly fascinating river on Titan, consists of liquid methane and ethane. This alien waterway has drawn comparisons to the mighty Nile River on Earth. Stretching over an incredible 249 miles, it gracefully flows into Ligeia Mare, Titan's second-largest hydrocarbon sea. While most of Titan's surface is composed of water ice, as hard and unforgiving as rock, Vid Flumina stands out as a breathtaking river that carves canyons into the icy terrain, mimicking the solid bedrock formations we see on Earth. NASA scientists believe that this extraordinary river hosts rapids, whirlpools, and even waterfalls, mirroring the dynamic features found in Earth's own rivers. When NASA's Cassini probe reached Saturn in 2004, its primary mission was to explore this gas giant and its enigmatic moons. Scientists were particularly eager to find evidence of liquid methane on Titan, driven by its unique surface temperature and methane-rich atmosphere. However, initial observations from Cassini, focused on Titan's equatorial region, initially disappointed the researchers. They found no signs of seas or rivers in this area. But this disappointment soon turned into exhilaration. As Cassini's orbit shifted, the team was able to focus on other areas of Titan's surface, employing sophisticated radar techniques. The radar signals bounced off various angled and rough features, revealing the presence of sand dunes, cliffs, and rocks. But when the radar reached Titan's polar regions, the signal vanished, revealing mysterious dark spots. These spots strongly resembled lakes, rivers, and tributaries, eerily akin to those found back on Earth. The groundbreaking discovery finally came in December 2012. Yanni Raubau, a scientist working with Cassini's team, announced the capture of an image that would change our understanding of Titan forever. Imagine a landscape sculpted by the raw power of the Earth itself. In September of that year, a breathtaking image revealed a river, a serpentine artery cutting through the ancient terrain. This wasn't just any river. It was a colossal waterway, stretching over 200 meters, a veritable Nile of a bygone era. Its remarkably straight course hinted at a deep connection to the fault lines beneath, mirroring other significant rivers in the region. We see this powerful river navigating a landscape of rugged, inclined terrain, a testament to the immense tectonic forces at play, forces akin to those that shaped our own world. Now, when we think of rivers, the Amazon often springs to mind, a realm of piranhas, bull sharks, and creatures best left undisturbed. But the world holds even more treacherous waterways. Consider the Congo, a river of immense depth. In certain stretches, its abyssal depths are untouched by sunlight. It's a geographical marvel, the only major river to bisect the equator twice, carrying a staggering volume of water, enough to fill over 13 Olympic-sized swimming pools every single second as it surges into the Atlantic Ocean. Even seasoned boaters face a formidable challenge navigating its strong currents, the rapids of its upper reaches, and the formidable waterfalls and gorges that mark its lower section. The Congo's currents are so relentless, so overwhelmingly powerful, that they act as natural barriers, shaping the very evolution of life. Just as mountains and oceans isolate populations, the Congo's currents have led to the emergence of new fish species on its opposing banks, each evolving independently, unable to cross the divide and interbreed. Among the Congo's most formidable inhabitants is the Goliath tigerfish. Imagine these monsters, growing up to 5 feet in length, hurtling through the water at 25 miles per hour. These are fearsome relatives of the piranha, armed with mouths full of razor-sharp teeth. The females lay hundreds of thousands of eggs, and from the moment they hatch, the offspring are predators. You have every reason to fear the Goliath tigerfish. It is the only freshwater fish in Africa known to attack crocodiles and even humans. Swimming in the Congo is definitely off the list. The river is bordered by dense jungles teeming with hungry wildlife, including snakes and aggressive hippos. Yet, despite the dangers, the river serves as a crucial water highway in Central Africa. Barges, often packed with up to 2,000 people, navigate its waters for weeks, and capsizing is a constant threat. And if you lend an ear to local folklore, there is another, even more terrifying prospect. A dinosaur-like beast said to dwell in the depths of the Congo River basin. Over 100 sightings have been reported in the last century, but concrete evidence of its existence remains elusive. At the dawn of the 21st century, a series of unsettling stories emerged from the key river in Asia. Witnesses spoke of a mud-colored water pig that would drag swimmers beneath the surface, a terrifying spectacle. British biologist Jeremy Wade took on the challenge of unraveling the mystery. He noted that the incidents were concentrated in a specific 4-mile stretch of the river. Locals claimed the creature had grown large and aggressive due to the abundance of food. Wade used a depth sounder to examine the water, initially suspecting a whirlpool. But then, the monster dragged a domestic water buffalo into the water. Buffalo are massive, heavy animals, suggesting that the attacker possessed immense strength. Saltwater crocodiles were not found so far inland, and the common local crocodile species didn't thrive in cold waters. Bull sharks were also absent from the area. Finally, Wade spotted several goonch catfish lurking underwater. Some of these were human-sized. It proved impossible to catch these behemoths with conventional fishing gear, but a specially constructed ceremonial trap did the trick. The largest fish measured an astounding 6 feet 7 inches long and weighed 3 times more than the average goonch. It was certainly large enough to overpower a human or a large animal. Wade speculated that even larger specimens might exist in the Key River. The Orinoco River in South America presents its own unique set of challenges. Its treacherous curves and powerful underwater currents make navigation a perilous undertaking. It's easy to become disoriented, even with GPS assistance. Sudden waterfalls pose a constant threat, demanding preparedness and skill to survive. The river is the exclusive habitat of the rare Orinoco crocodile, and also harbors a rather frightening creature known as the vampire fish. This payara fish is armed with sharp, spiky daggers lining its gums and 2 elongated fangs protruding from its lower jaw. It looks like it needs braces. You might think it's a ferocious predator, constantly hunting its next victim, which is usually a medium to large-sized fish. If a human catches a payara, it will defend itself, inflicting cuts, nips, and bites. However, there are no documented cases of this creature causing human fatalities. That's a relief. Finally, we turn our attention to the Yellow River in China, named for its distinctive color. But it wasn't always yellow. The river's origins trace back at least 30 million years. Imagine a river, ancient and powerful, snaking its way across the landscape. This is the Yellow River, a vital artery of life that, over centuries, has dramatically reshaped the land around it, shifting its course a staggering 30 times. Picture this. Yellow sediments, eroded from a distant plateau, are carried downstream, transforming the once clear waters into a muddy torrent. This fine-grained substance accumulates on the riverbed, forming natural dams that obstruct the flow. The sheer volume of water, relentlessly seeking its path to the sea, builds up behind these blockages. The pressure mounts until, inevitably, the river bursts its banks in catastrophic floods. These weren't mere overflows. They were devastating events that claimed millions of lives and became the stuff of legends. The local populations, in a desperate attempt to control the unpredictable river, built higher and higher levees. But this only exacerbated the problem, creating a situation where escaping floodwaters had nowhere to go, trapped between the artificial banks, essentially elevating the riverbed above the surrounding land. This even led to the river's mouth changing location. Today, massive dams and dikes stand as a testament to humanity's ongoing struggle to contain this formidable force of nature. Now, let's journey to South America, where the Piranha River, the second longest on the continent, carves its way through the landscape. Fed by numerous tributaries that cascade down from the Andes highlands, it experiences a dramatic surge in water volume during the wet season. This river, as its name suggests, is the perfect habitat for piranhas, those infamous razor-toothed fish. In these piranha-infested waters lurk an estimated 30 to 60 different species of these formidable predators. In a chilling incident in late 2013, a group of bathers cooling off on a sweltering day were suddenly attacked. Panic erupted as people scrambled from the water, feeling the sharp bites of unseen assailants. Thankfully, no one perished in this terrifying encounter, but it remains one of the most audacious piranha attacks ever documented. Biologists later identified the culprits as Palomita piranhas and theorized that human encroachment had likely disturbed their breeding grounds. Beyond the threat of piranhas, the river itself presents dangers. Its strong currents can overwhelm even experienced boaters and swimmers, and frequent flooding poses a constant threat to those living nearby. Our journey now takes us to Africa, to the longest river in the world, the Nile. Flowing through 11 countries before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea, the Nile has been a source of fascination and mystery for centuries. Expeditions have relentlessly sought its true source, yet the exact origin of this mighty river remains shrouded in uncertainty. Adding to its mystique, the Nile takes an unexpected turn directly through the heart of the Sahara Desert. Scientists have determined that this anomaly is due to a colossal underground rock formation, a relic from millions of years past. For millennia, the Nile has served as a crucial waterway for civilizations, but its waters also harbor dangers. Nile crocodiles, growing to a terrifying 20 feet in length, taller than an average giraffe, patrol its depths. These apex predators are capable of reaching speeds of 30 mm on land and are responsible for hundreds of human deaths each year. Hippopotamuses, equally territorial and aggressive, are also present, known to attack boats without provocation. And let's not forget the venomous snakes, like the deadly black mamba and the iconic Egyptian cobra, adding another layer of peril to this ancient river. Perhaps the most insidious threat on the Nile is the mosquito, a carrier of debilitating diseases that affect hundreds of thousands of people annually. Finally, we travel to Asia, where the Brahmaputra River carries glacial meltwater from the towering Himalayas. As the mountain snows thaw, the river swells dramatically, unleashing devastating floods that trigger landslides, displace millions of people, and claim the lives of countless animals in the surrounding national parks. These catastrophic floods are particularly common during the monsoon season in India, from June to October, when torrential rains exacerbate the situation. The course of the Brahmaputra has undergone radical changes over the past 2.5 centuries. Erosion poses another significant threat. The riverbanks, composed primarily of loosely packed sand and silt, are highly susceptible to erosion. Despite a reduction in the erosion rate, it continues to claim land and displace communities. The Brahmaputra also exhibits a rare phenomenon, a tidal bore. This powerful tidal wave surges upstream against the river's current as it meets the ocean or sea. And now, let's consider a geographical enigma, a phantom island that appears and disappears as if by magic, a real-world equivalent of Schrödinger's cat. Officially named Sandy Island, it once graced maps, yet it never truly existed. Driven by curiosity, Australian scientists embarked on an expedition to finally solve the mystery of this elusive archipelago. Upon reaching the coordinates, however, they found only the vast expanse of the ocean. The island, it seemed, was playing a game of hide-and-seek. The story dates back to 1876, when a whaling ship reported sighting an island in the area. The reported dimensions were substantial, over 15 miles long from north to south and approximately 3 miles wide, roughly the size of Manhattan. Despite these detailed observations, subsequent expeditions consistently failed to locate the island. In 1974, an official mission from New Caledonia definitively declared that Sandy Island was simply not there. Imagine a world where cartography was still in its infancy, where the edges of our maps were blurred with speculation and guesswork. It was in this era that Sandy Island, a landmass seemingly adrift in the vast expanse of the Pacific, was first charted. For years, it held its place on nautical charts and world maps, a solid black shape amidst the blue, until one day it simply vanished. The world moved on, oblivious to the missing island, until the advent of Google Earth. Suddenly, Sandy Island reappeared, not as land, but as an ominous black blob, a void where land should have been. In 2012, a new Australian expedition set sail, determined to solve the mystery of the Phantom Island. Their mission, to write an obituary for a place that never truly existed and to understand how such a monumental error could have occurred. The answer, they surmised, lay in the limitations of early 20th century mapping technology. Coordinates were easily miscalculated, and the vast, unexplored ocean held many secrets. The area itself was a hotbed of volcanic activity. It's plausible that a massive raft of cooling volcanic lava drifted into the area. A passing whaling ship, mistaking it for solid land, recorded its position, and thus Sandy Island was born. A plausible explanation for a geographical enigma. But the Earth still held secrets, even as humanity believed it had mapped every corner of the globe. Then, Mount Mabu emerged from the digital mists of Google Earth, reigniting the spirit of exploration. Nestled deep within northern Mozambique, this hidden rainforest resided inside a long-dormant volcano. Driven by scientific curiosity, an elite team of scientists and specialists from across the globe assembled, ready to uncover the secrets of this lost world. The journey to Mount Mabu was fraught with peril, with sheer rock faces guarding the entrance to the hidden forest. But after 6 years of meticulous planning, they were prepared. What awaited them exceeded all expectations. The forest was a vibrant, untouched ecosystem, teeming with life unlike anything they had ever seen. The sounds of the rainforest were unique, alien. Enormous, potentially dangerous caterpillars crawled through the undergrowth, and they discovered ancient pottery, evidence of a human presence untouched by time. Terra incognita, unknown land. Today, one of the largest remaining unknown territories lies beneath the frozen continent of Antarctica. Beneath the seemingly endless expanse of ice, a hidden world of canyons, waterways, and subglacial lakes is slowly being revealed. The question is, how can liquid water exist in such a frigid environment? The answer lies in the immense pressure exerted by the overlying ice and the Earth's internal warmth. This phenomenon gives rise to entities like Lake Vostok. Hidden beneath 2.5 miles of ice in East Antarctica, this colossal lake sprawls across nearly 5,000 square miles. Its existence was only revealed through advanced technologies like seismic sounding and ice-penetrating radar. Scientists believe that Lake Vostok has been sealed off from the rest of the world for up to 15 million years, a truly ancient and isolated ecosystem. Bhutan, famed as the happiest country in Asia, harbored another secret, one of the world's tallest unclimbed mountains. Kankar Punsum, shrouded in the majestic Himalayas, beckoned to the climbing community as an untouched prize. Imagine the allure of being the first to summit an unexplored peak, a feat worthy of the Guinness World Records. However, Kankar Punsum remained untouched, protected by Bhutanese law. For the local people, the mountain is a sacred site, steeped in mystery and legend. Their philosophy dictates that the true value of climbing lies not in conquering the summit, but in connecting with the mountain and experiencing the journey. A stark contrast to the Western obsession with reaching the top. And then there's the tale of Aglow, New York, a destination that leads to nothing. Located somewhere in the Catskills, Aglow is one of America's most famous paper towns, a fictional place invented by mapmakers. Unlike Sandy Island, Aglow was never a mistake. It was a deliberate creation, a cartographic copyright trap. Map makers would insert these fake towns to identify instances of plagiarism, but the plan backfired spectacularly. As the story goes, a man found a map with Aglo marked on it and decided to open a general store there, naming it Aglo General Store. Some say the mapmakers even sued him for using their creation. Regardless, the store became a national joke, drawing tourists from across the country eager to photograph the non-existent town. Finally, there's Bermeja Island, a phantom landmass that appeared on maps of the Gulf of Mexico throughout the 16th and 17th centuries. Imagine, if you will, ancient maps, their edges frayed with time, hinting at secrets lost to the ages. One such enigma is the Phantom Island of Bermeja. Spanish explorers, charting the vast expanse of the ocean, likely depicted it. Though its location danced across different maps and its name shifted to Vermea, its existence seemed certain. Yet Bermeja vanished, last sighted on a 1921 Mexican map, fading from the horizon as if swallowed by the sea. Whispers arose. Did the island sink beneath the waves? Was it destroyed by some cataclysm? In 2009, a concerted effort was launched, 3 official investigations deploying high-tech sonar to scour the Mexican seabed. But Bermeja remained elusive, a ghost in the depths. Researchers speculated. Perhaps these early explorers, those intrepid souls of old, fabricated the island, a mirage designed to mislead rivals in their quest for land and gold. A plausible theory indeed. Now, let us shift our gaze to the vibrant metropolis of Rio de Janeiro. Within its sprawling boundaries exist informal territories, the favelas, or slums. These are like miniature cities within the larger urban landscape, often characterized by a lack of essential services. Many residents lack proper sewage systems and garbage disposal. These communities expanded with astonishing speed, outpacing the government's ability to track their growth. Streets are named by the residents themselves, who make do with the resources available to them. One of Brazil's largest favelas, located in Rio de Janeiro, is known as Rocinha. It only gained official recognition as a neighborhood in the 1990s. Consider this: we know less about our own ocean floor than we do about the surfaces of Venus, Mars, or even the Moon. A staggering 95% of our oceans remain unexplored. Despite having the technology, primarily sonar, which uses sound waves to map the seabed, vast stretches remain a mystery. A comprehensive mapping of the seabed would offer invaluable insights into marine hazards, earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions lurking beneath the waves. Furthermore, untold species of marine life await discovery. This knowledge is crucial for preserving these delicate ecosystems and understanding the true dynamics of our underwater world. Picture yourself on the Amazon River, the air thick with humidity. Your boat cuts through the murky water, the dense jungle pressing in on either side. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by the drone of the engine. You glance around nervously, feeling the intense gaze of your Peruvian guide. Suddenly, he smiles, pointing ahead. "This is it," he says. "Iquitos." The city is hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest. Surrounded by water on one side and impenetrable jungle on the other, Iquitos is extraordinarily difficult to reach. Your journey began with a flight to Lima, Peru's bustling capital. From there, you endured a grueling bus ride through the rugged Andes Mountains before finally plunging into the heart of the Amazon. After 3 days, the road abruptly ends. Iquitos, sprawling across over 140 square miles, is the largest continental city in the world inaccessible by road. You are still over 200 miles from your destination. Now, you must take a boat along the sweltering Amazon River, finally reaching the remote city 5 days after leaving Lima. As you arrive, you notice that many houses are built on tall stilts, a defense against the river's seasonal floods, which submerge parts of the city. This has earned Iquitos the nickname, the Venice of the Amazon. The stilts lift the houses high above the murky waters. A loud buzzing fills the air, like a swarm of angry hornets. These are the motocarrios, the motorcycle taxis. Cars are scarce in Iquitos. Instead, the city teems with around 45,000 POWs of these vehicles, each a motorcycle with a small passenger cabin attached, creating a constant cacophony. Your journey to the world's most isolated places has only just begun. Next, you travel to Norway, arriving in Oslo, the capital city. Without delay, you board another plane. After a 3-hour flight, you land at Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost public airport. Stepping off the plane, you are greeted by a small, colorful town nestled amidst snow-capped mountains. No settlement lies further north than this. Longyearbyen, named after its American founder, coal miner John Longyear, means Long Year Town. You stroll along the coast of this tiny settlement. The water shimmers, a beautiful crystalline blue. Tempted, you dip a toe in to test the temperature. A sharp, icy shock courses through you. The average water temperature here is a frigid 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In the distance, a fuzzy white shape emerges. A polar bear. Let's journey to a place where polar bears rule. Imagine yourself in Longyearbyen, a settlement where majestic polar bears don't just visit, they practically own the place. A staggering 3,000 of these Arctic giants roam the land, dwarfing the human population of a mere 2,300. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues. You wrap yourself in a warm blanket, ready to witness the ethereal dance of the northern lights, a spectacle of nature's grandeur. Now, picture a stark contrast. Leave behind the icy realm and find yourself trudging through the immense, scorching sands of Egypt's Great Sand Sea. Miles blur into hours, and hours bleed into days. The relentless sun beats down, and the only thing on your mind is water, greenery, a place to rest. Just when you think your dreams are playing tricks on you, a vibrant settlement emerges, the Siwa Oasis. Palm trees sway gently, olive groves offer shade, and freshwater springs gurgle with life. This isn't a mirage, it's a miracle. Siwa Oasis, home to 23,000 people, thrives against all odds. Your journey here begins with a flight to Cairo, Egypt's bustling capital. From there, prepare for a long, desolate bus ride that cuts through the heart of the desert. The moment you spot a splash of green amidst the endless sand, you've arrived. After quenching your thirst in the cool springs, delve into the city's rich history. Siwa has stood the test of time since 10,000 BCE, and its ancient ruins whisper tales of civilizations long past. Among the crumbling walls, newer buildings stand, homes to the modern-day Siwa people. Spend time with this friendly, unique community and learn about their lives in this isolated paradise. Located in the middle of the Sahara Desert, the Siwa Oasis remains one of the world's most remote cities, its isolation enforced by the unforgiving climate. The air is parched, the sun relentless, with temperatures soaring to a blistering 118 degrees, 48 degrees. Time for a change of scenery. Let's head northeast to Russia's capital, Moscow. From there, board another flight, this time eastward, venturing deep into the heart of Russia until you're closer to Alaska than Moscow. You've reached Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, a city cradled by imposing mountains that isolate it from the rest of the world. These mountains are not just ordinary peaks, they're volcanoes, slumbering giants. This far eastern region of Russia boasts over 300 volcanoes, including 29 that remain active. Their presence prevents the construction of roads, making Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky reliant on flights and boats for supplies. Turning away from the volcanic landscape, your gaze is drawn to the shimmering blue ocean. The inviting water lures you down to the beach, where a boisterous crowd of sea lions basks in the sun. Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky is a haven for incredible wildlife. Just off the shore, you might spot a whale fin breaking the surface. This city offers a diverse playground. Spend a day carving through the slopes at one of the city's ski resorts, then hike a rocky trail to the foot of one of its many volcanoes. End your day with a relaxing boat tour around the island, marveling at the city's iconic Three Brothers rock formation. Feeling inspired, you set off for another volcanic realm, Chile's Easter Island. This remote island lacks a harbor, and only one airline braves the journey. A full day of travel brings you to Santiago, Chile, where you board a small plane bound for Easter Island. Walking along the barren island's high cliffs, you encounter its enigmatic monuments, the Moai. These colossal statues of human heads, carved by the local Rapa Nui people around 800 years ago, stand as silent sentinels. The earth beneath your feet is dry and unforgiving. Easter Island is formed from 3 ancient volcanoes, and the volcanic soil makes it difficult to cultivate crops or vegetation. Centuries ago, some of the island's trees were cleared to make way for the Moai, contributing to the island's desolate appearance. Now embark on a boat ride, around 100 miles, 1,770 kilometers, west of Easter Island, toward a small green speck in the vast Pacific Ocean. This is Pitcairn Island, a name synonymous with the infamous mutiny on the Bounty. Stepping off the boat, you begin your trek to Adamstown, the island's heart, home to its 43 inhabitants. The journey to Adamstown involves conquering the Hill of Difficulty, a steep and rocky 200-foot, 61-meter climb to the island's summit. Your reward is the chance to explore the island's diverse and unique natural beauty. Pitcairn Island is home to the largest marine reserve on Earth. Grab your snorkeling gear and dive into the crystal-clear waters, swimming alongside a kaleidoscope of exotic fish. Explore vibrant coral reefs and keep an eye out for the majestic humpback whale, a rare and unforgettable sight. With visions of the Wild West dancing in your head, your next destination beckons. Supai, Arizona. Imagine a journey to a hidden world. Forget bustling cities and crowded streets. Instead, picture yourself embarking on an adventure to a place seemingly untouched by time. Our journey begins not in a forgotten jungle, but along America's iconic Route 66. We pull over, it seems, in the heart of nowhere, surrounded by an endless expanse of desert stretching to the horizon. From here, we follow an 8-mile walking trail leading to Supai, a village cradled deep within the Grand Canyon. The descent is dramatic, plunging almost 3,000 feet into the earth. As we hike, a breathtaking sight unfolds. Havasu Falls, a cascade of vibrant blue-green water spilling over the canyon's towering cliffs. This natural wonder is a famous tourist destination, renowned for its surreal beauty. Another mile onward, and we finally reach Supai. This remote settlement is home to over 200 members of the Havasupai Indian tribe, and is often called the most isolated town in the United States. To our left, we see a line of mules, heavily laden with packages, making their way through the town. Because there are no roads leading to Supai, mail is delivered by a mule train. Without these hardy animals, a mail carrier would face a grueling 16-hour hike to complete the route. Wandering through the area, we discover more stunning blue waterfalls, each more captivating than the last. The unspoiled nature and panoramic views of the Grand Canyon make the long hike worthwhile. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, darkness descends. Far from city lights, the land is illuminated by a breathtaking tapestry of stars, shining with an intensity rarely seen in the modern world. Now, let's shift our focus to another tale of adventure and mystery, one that unfolded in the dense jungles of New Guinea. In 1961, a young man named Michael Rockefeller, just 23 years old, embarked on an expedition to the Asmat region of Dutch New Guinea, now part of Papua in Indonesia. The story's ending remains shrouded in uncertainty, a mystery that has captivated imaginations for decades. Rockefeller was not just any explorer. He was the youngest son of a wealthy and influential New York family, and his sudden disappearance created a media frenzy. His mission was to collect artifacts for the Museum of Primitive Art in New York City, seeking to document and preserve the unique cultural heritage of the region. On November 19th, Rockefeller ventured up a local river with a group of Asmat tribesmen, eager to gather items of cultural significance. He was accompanied by his Dutch companion, René Wasing, as they set out in a canoe toward a nearby shore. Tragedy struck when the canoe capsized, separating the two men. Wasing eventually made his way back to the expedition's base camp, but Rockefeller vanished without a trace. A massive search was launched, but no sign of Rockefeller could be found. Initially, it was assumed that he had been lost at sea, swept away by the currents. However, rumors began to surface, some more disturbing than others. One persistent rumor claimed that he had been taken hostage by the Asmat people and had subsequently died in captivity. The Dutch government, which then administered the colony, launched an investigation but found no concrete evidence to support this theory. In the decades that followed, numerous theories have emerged, each attempting to piece together the puzzle of Rockefeller's fate. Some have suggested that he managed to reach safety but chose to remain with the Asmat people, embracing their way of life. While it might seem strange, this theory cannot be entirely dismissed, as the Asmat tribe possessed a unique and fascinating culture. They have a rich heritage of traditional rituals, music, and art. They lead a simple life, primarily as farmers, relying on the land and its resources for survival. They also engage in hunting, fishing, and gathering. The Asmat people also hold a deep spiritual connection to the natural world, believing that spirits inhabit all living things. This extraordinary tribe also follows a matrilineal system of inheritance, where property and status are passed down through the mother's line. Other theories suggest that he was captured and held by Indonesian authorities, or that he fell victim to headhunters, a grim practice that was known to occur in the region. To this day, the truth behind Michael Rockefeller's disappearance remains a mystery. All that is certain is that he was a courageous young man with a deep passion for the art and culture of the Asmat tribe. Rockefeller's story is not the only tragic tale to emerge from the rainforests of the world. The disappearance of Percy Fawcett is another enduring mystery that has captivated people for over a century. Fawcett was a British explorer and surveyor who, in the early 20th century, embarked on a quest to find a lost city in the Amazon jungle, a city he believed to be the remnants of an ancient civilization. He had long been captivated by the idea of a lost city hidden deep within the Amazon. He was convinced that its ruins lay hidden somewhere in the jungle, waiting to be discovered, along with its untold treasures. In 1906, he launched his first expedition to find this fabled city. However, he was forced to return home due to a lack of funding. Undeterred, he continued his search for the lost city over the next several years. In 1925, he set out on his final expedition, accompanied by his son Jack and a companion named Raleigh Rimmel. From the outset, the expedition was fraught with difficulties. The team members constantly faced challenges. Imagine, if you will, the year is 1925. Percy Fawcett, driven by an insatiable thirst for discovery, is pushing deeper into the Amazonian jungle, a relentless green hell teeming with unseen dangers. His goal: to find a lost city, a relic of a forgotten civilization. The journey is fraught with peril. Sickness gnaws at the expedition, and hostile tribes watch from the shadows. Yet, Fawcett presses on. Then, silence. In May of that year, a final message arrives, hinting that they are close to their destination. After that, nothing. The jungle swallowed them whole. What happened to Percy Fawcett and his team? The theories are numerous. One popular idea suggests they fell victim to attacks by indigenous tribes. Fawcett, it's said, was known for his less than respectful attitude toward the local people, and warnings about the region's dangers were plentiful. However, solid proof is lacking. Another theory proposes a more mundane demise: sickness or starvation. Perhaps they succumbed to a tropical disease, or simply ran out of supplies in the unforgiving wilderness. But again, the lack of communication leaves only speculation. Perhaps the most straightforward explanation is that they simply became lost. The Amazon is a labyrinth, a place where even seasoned explorers can become hopelessly disoriented. Its dense foliage and disorienting terrain can trap even the most experienced adventurer. The rainforest in certain areas can be deceptively inviting, even when separated from one's companions. Today, tourists flock to Madidi National Park, a protected area promising thrilling adventures. Tour agencies in nearby towns attempt to ensure the safety of these visitors. Yet, even with these precautions, accidents can happen. Consider the case of Michael Carosio Acuna, a 25-year-old Chilean man who vanished in 2017 under mysterious circumstances. Michael joined a tour group, eager to explore the vast rainforest. One day, the guides extended an invitation to participate in a local ceremony, a ritual to thank Mother Earth for allowing them passage through the forest. Michael declined. Perhaps he was tired, or perhaps he simply lacked interest in the local traditions. Whatever the reason, when a guide checked on him later, Michael was gone. A frantic search ensued, lasting throughout the night, but to no avail. The locals whispered of offended spirits, claiming that Michael's refusal to participate in the ceremony had angered the entities that dwell within the rainforest. Some even suggested he had been taken to another dimension. The people of the region believe the rainforest is populated by both benevolent and malevolent spirits, easily provoked by disrespect. 9 days later, park rangers heard screams emanating from the nearby river. They raced towards the sound in their boat and, miraculously, found Michael, lost but alive, only a mile from the campground. He was weak, covered in insect bites, and his feet were swollen, but his spirits remained surprisingly high. He even joked about wanting a soda. Back at the camp, resting in a hammock, Michael recounted his ordeal. After losing his way, he had been unable to find the river, which would have led him back to safety. Instead, he followed a troop of monkeys, who provided him with fruit, shelter, and water. As time wore on, however, the harsh conditions began to take their toll. Mosquitoes tormented him, hunger gnawed at his stomach, and despair crept into his mind. Michael recalled that on the night he disappeared, he had experienced strange thoughts and an overwhelming urge to flee the rainforest. He ran, discarding his sandals, phone, and flashlight in his panic. Eventually, he stopped, realizing he was utterly lost. There was no way back, no way to contact his group, and no light to guide him. The locals maintained that a spirit had altered his mind, pulling him into another realm. Even Michael himself can't explain his actions. To this day, he remains uncertain about what drove him to behave that way. But regardless of the cause, he was incredibly fortunate to survive and share his tale, especially the one about his unexpected friendship with a band of monkeys. Imagine, if you will, the unforgiving embrace of the Amazon. This is no gentle paradise. It's a brutal arena where survival hangs by a thread. The famed explorer Fawcett, chronicling his expeditions in his diaries, recounts harrowing encounters with a colossal anaconda, a serpentine behemoth easily 60 feet in length. He speaks of nights haunted by swarms of mosquitoes, his hands and feet ballooning from their relentless bites. Some considered him invincible, a tireless force of nature. Yet even Fawcett met his match. On his 8th and ultimately final expedition, he vanished, swallowed by the jungle without a trace. Whispers arose, some suggesting he was tantalizingly close to his lifelong ambition, the discovery of a lost city. A final optimistic letter to his wife spoke of impending success, assuring her that all was well as he embarked on one last, decisive search. Fawcett's failure seemed to validate the prevailing skepticism of the time. Experts declared the rainforest too hostile, too unforgiving to nurture large, complex societies, let alone sprawling cities. The Amazon's lost cities, they insisted, were mere figments of the imagination. But the 1960s brought a shift in perspective. Modern research began to unearth evidence that challenged the established narrative. Scientists stumbled upon patches of extraordinarily fertile soil, christened Black Earth. These dark, rich deposits, abundant along the riverbanks, hinted at a hidden history. Further investigation revealed that this unique soil was the product of human activity, waste, and the intentional burning of forests to enrich the earth. The implications were staggering. Large-scale agriculture was not only possible, but probable, suggesting that settlements could indeed have flourished in the heart of the Amazon. Then, in the 1990s, along the banks of the Xingu River in Brazil, a team of archaeologists from the University of Florida, in collaboration with local indigenous communities, made a stunning discovery. They unearthed a network of immense ditches. Mapping these earthworks revealed them to be the remnants of a vast settlement, the carefully designed foundations of walls surrounding a central plaza. Some of these ancient pathways served as roads, connecting one settlement to another. This single region of the Amazon, an area roughly the size of New Jersey, was once a thriving network of dozens of settlements believed to have housed at least 50,000 people between 1250 and 1650 CE. Further revelations came courtesy of LiDAR, light detection and ranging imaging, a revolutionary technology that allows researchers to penetrate the dense jungle canopy and create detailed maps of the forest floor from satellite imagery. In Acre, Brazil, a complex system of trenches dating back to 200 to 1200 CE emerged from the data. These structures pointed to settlements capable of supporting a population of perhaps 60,000 souls. Other LiDAR scans near the Xingu River hinted at the existence of cities that may have housed as many as 50 million people. These were the true lost cities of the Amazon. Unbelievably, these discoveries suggest that Fawcett was on the right track. He was searching in the correct location, but his expectations were misaligned. Unlike cities like Cusco, where stone was the primary building material, the Amazonian settlements were constructed from wood and earth. These materials, far more susceptible to decay, decomposed over time, leaving only subtle traces. Finding them required technology beyond Fawcett's reach in his time. Now, imagine yourself embarking on your own long-awaited journey into the heart of the Amazon rainforest. You've traveled thousands of miles, arriving in Manaus, the vibrant heart of the Brazilian Amazon. Your journey has taken you by air, by land, and now by water. You find yourself aboard a small boat, navigating the dark, mysterious waters of the Amazon River itself, the second longest river on Earth, surpassed only by the Nile. The Amazon stretches for an incredible 2,700 square miles, originating in Peru and emptying into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Brazil. Eager to immerse yourself in the jungle's embrace, you begin your exploration by boat. Your first stop, a demonstration of piranha fishing. If you're feeling brave, you can even try your hand at catching one of these notorious carnivorous fish. But be warned, these waters are not ideal for swimming. As you continue your journey, your guide points out one of the Amazon's most iconic inhabitants, the broad-snouted caiman, Caiman laterostris. Resembling a typical alligator, it is distinguished by its characteristic yellow chin. Your guide ventures out of the boat, carefully searching the water to provide you with a closer look at this impressive reptile. He then regales you with tales of another legendary creature lurking in the river's depths, the elusive pink river dolphin, Inia geoffrensis. To your delight, a family of these remarkable dolphins emerges near your boat, their pink hues shimmering in the sunlight. You've likely never seen such a sight before. Prepare to be amazed as we venture into a world of natural illusions and hidden dangers. Our journey begins on the majestic Amazon River, where we encounter the legendary pink river dolphin. But hold on, what appears to be a vibrant pink hue is actually a trick of the light. These incredible creatures are naturally pinkish gray, but the murky brown waters of the Amazon play a fascinating trick on the eye, creating the illusion of a vivid pink coloration when viewed from above. Our guide shares captivating Brazilian folklore, whispering tales of these pink dolphins transforming into humans, venturing into towns under the cover of night. Now, we disembark, leaving the gentle sway of the boat for the untamed embrace of the Amazon rainforest. Our guide warns us, we're stepping into a realm of hidden perils. The Amazon is a sanctuary for some of the world's most peculiar and unsettling creatures. But fear not, for we are well prepared to witness the raw beauty and primal drama of this extraordinary ecosystem. Armed with bug spray, raincoats, and keen observation skills, we venture into the emerald depths, knowing that constant vigilance is our greatest ally. Whispers of the anaconda, that legendary serpent capable of swallowing a creature as large as a cow, echo through the jungle. These are not mere myths. These colossal reptiles, denizens of the deepest jungle, are very real. Look there. A massive form slithers between the trees. Could it be? Yes. The Goliath bird-eater, Theraphosa blondi, a true monster among spiders. Its legs can span up to a foot, and its body can weigh as much as 6 ounces. Truly, the king of the tarantulas. It's best to keep a respectful distance. While its venom isn't potent to humans, its bite packs a painful sting. True to its name, the Goliath bird-eater is capable of preying on birds, provided they are smaller than itself. Moving deeper, another arachnid catches our eye, this one so minuscule we almost miss it. This is the decoy spider. And what's this? A colossal spider replica, meticulously crafted by the tiny Cyclosa spider, designed to deter larger predators. It's a bizarre blend of artistry and survival. This ingenious spider uses the remains of its prey and dried leaves to construct a larger, more menacing spider effigy on its web. If it fools a predator, all the better. To us humans, this bizarre artwork almost seems endearing. Who knew the arachnid world harbored such artists? Near a tranquil lake, we witness a scene straight out of a nature documentary. A massive snake stealthily approaches a lizard basking on a sun-drenched rock. The lizard seems oblivious to the approaching danger, but just as the snake coils to strike, the lizard explodes into action, darting across the water in a display of incredible agility. This is the basilisk lizard, famed for its ability to walk on water. It's not magic, but a feat of remarkable balance and speed. The lizard moves its legs so rapidly that it creates tiny air pockets, while its long tail acts as a counterbalance. A truly remarkable feat of natural engineering. Imagine being able to do that. Ever wondered what the inner workings of a frog look like? Today is your lucky day. Right before us sits a rare glass frog. This remarkable amphibian possesses translucent skin, allowing us to peer directly inside its body. It's like having X-ray vision, revealing the intricate details of its organs and skeletal structure with stunning clarity. Our adventure continues, leading us to a serene pond. Floating on its surface is a water lily unlike any you've ever witnessed. These are the Victoria amazonica, giant water lilies that can measure up to 8 feet in diameter. They're strong enough to support the weight of a grown adult, although I wouldn't recommend testing their limits. After all, this is the Amazon, a place where even seemingly harmless plants can harbor hidden dangers. The Amazon rainforest is a living tapestry woven with over 80,000 species of plants and trees. It cradles an astounding 10% of the world's known wildlife. An estimated 400 billion trees stand tall within this colossal ecosystem. It's no wonder this place is a hotbed of biodiversity. Our guide shares a tale of a truly unique tree, one that seems to defy the very nature of stationary plant life. The walking palm, Socratea exoriza. Yes, you heard correctly. There are trees in the Amazon that can walk. They don't have legs, of course, but they do possess the ability to relocate in search of better sunlight. The Amazon canopy is so dense that only a sliver of sunlight, about 1%, reaches the forest floor. This creates a fierce competition for light, and the walking palm has adapted to this challenge. It sprouts new roots in the direction of sunlight and gradually shifts its trunk towards these new anchors, allowing it to move a few inches each day. Over the course of a year, a walking palm can migrate up to 65 feet. Perhaps this remarkable adaptation inspired J.R.R. Tolkien to create the Ents, those tree-like beings that roamed Middle-earth. Imagine, if you will, a realm of immense scale and hidden depths, the Amazon rainforest. But hold on, because this isn't just about jaguars and colorful birds. Over 30 million souls call this emerald expanse home. And beneath the dense canopy, secrets of ancient civilizations slumber, waiting to be awakened. Forget El Dorado, that shimmering illusion. In 2018, a study shook the foundations of what we thought we knew, suggesting that up to 1 million people thrived here between 1250 and 1500 CE. Picture that. Working hand in hand with the indigenous guardians of this land, researchers from the University of Florida unearthed a network of mounds scattered across the landscape. But it didn't stop there. They also revealed intricate ditch systems and mysterious geoglyphs etched into the earth. As these recurring mounds were meticulously mapped, a stunning realization dawned. These were the vestiges of an ancient, thriving settlement. Imagine carefully crafted walls encircling grand plazas. These weren't mere villages. These were sprawling urban centers, capable of housing hundreds of thousands of inhabitants. These revelations challenged the conventional narrative, suggesting that the Amazon might have been the cradle of advanced societies long before European contact. Forget cities paved with gold. These were sophisticated agricultural societies, deeply intertwined with the rainforest itself. Now, envision a place so vast you could journey westward for over 1,800 miles and still be swallowed by its verdant embrace. This is a sanctuary for a staggering array of life, cradling approximately 10% of Earth's species. For generations, the Amazon has been perceived as a pristine, untouched wilderness, a window into a world before the pervasive influence of humanity. But the Amazon basin guards secrets far more profound. Whispers of lost cities have echoed for centuries, tales of El Dorado, the fabled city of gold that drove Spanish conquistadors to the brink of madness, plunging into the unknown, never to return. Even in the 20th century, the enigmatic explorer Percy Fawcett vanished into the jungle's depths in pursuit of the lost city of Z, leaving behind a tantalizing enigma. But now, concrete evidence of ancient urban centers within the Amazon has surfaced. How did scientists pierce the veil of this dense, impenetrable forest? The answer lies in LiDAR technology. Picture a helicopter soaring above the canopy, employing light-based remote sensing to digitally peel back the layers of vegetation. This revealed the long-hidden ruins of a massive urban settlement near Llanos de Mojos in the Bolivian Amazon. This was once the heartland of the Causeways culture, a civilization that flourished from 500 to 1400 CE. They constructed impressive urban centers, adorned with colossal platforms and towering pyramid-like structures. A network of elevated causeways connected various suburban settlements, stretching across vast distances. Their mastery extended to water management, with sophisticated reservoirs and canal systems. The Amazon rainforest, it turns out, was not an untouched wilderness. For centuries before recorded history, it was a densely populated and remarkably urbanized landscape. Yet the significance of these architectural marvels has often been overlooked. Scientists predict that within the next decade or two, a wealth of new cities will be unearthed, some potentially dwarfing those already discovered. Michael Heckenberger, an anthropologist at the University of Florida, notes the presence of similar settlement features, such as moats and causeways, in other regions of the ancient Amazon. This groundbreaking research unveils a paradigm shift. Previous conceptions of Amazonian urbanism depicted loosely connected village clusters, lacking the hallmarks of true urban centers. But Llanos de Mojos shatters this mold. It stands as a testament to a fully realized urban landscape within the Amazon. In the Llanos de Mojos region, numerous ancient settlements have been identified, once inhabited by the Causeways people, who subsisted through hunting, fishing, and the cultivation of maize. These settlements, numbering in the hundreds, are scattered across an area of 1,700 square miles. Their remoteness and concealment within the dense tropical forest made their discovery a daunting task, akin to searching for a needle in a haystack. But a dedicated team of archaeologists refused to be deterred. They took to the skies, employing advanced LiDAR mapping technology. Imagine an aircraft sweeping across the landscape, emitting pulses of infrared. Imagine peering down from the sky, high above the dense emerald canopy of the Amazon rainforest. We're not using ordinary eyes, but advanced LiDAR technology. This incredible system sends beams of light hurtling towards the ground. These beams strike the earth and bounce back, allowing us to precisely measure the distance to every object below. It's akin to crafting a highly detailed map from a godlike perspective. Through the magic of computer software, brilliant scientists have been able to digitally strip away the thick vegetation, revealing the contours of the land and all the ancient archaeological treasures hidden beneath. And what a discovery! A staggering 26 unique sites were unearthed, including 11 completely unknown to modern eyes. These aren't just scattered artifacts. We're talking about entire lost settlements. Consider Landivar and Kotoka, for example. These were once bustling urban centers. While their existence was previously acknowledged, the new LiDAR maps reveal their true scale, sprawling across 1.5 square miles each. These centers are encircled by impressive fortifications, moats and ramparts reminiscent of medieval castles, protecting a wealth of structures within. Artificial terraces rise from the earth, supporting massive earthen platform buildings and imposing pyramids that soar over 70 feet into the sky. Remarkably, these grand structures are aligned precisely towards the north-northwest. Was this alignment a deliberate attempt to harmonize with the cosmos? Such a cosmic worldview resonates with other ancient sites found throughout the Amazon basin. Now, let's take a closer look, digitally removing the dense foliage. Before us, the two centers stand in their full glory, interconnected by a network of causeways. Picture spokes radiating from a wheel, extending for miles across the landscape. Canals also branch out from these central hubs, linking to rivers and the Laguna San Jose, an ancient water management system at play. These ancient inhabitants profoundly reshaped the landscape, guided by their intricate cosmology. The only tragic element is that their monumental architecture was constructed from mud brick. While visually stunning in its time, it lacked the enduring strength of limestone used by the Maya civilization. The fate of the Kasarabi people and their settlements remains shrouded in mystery. However, dating of the sites suggests their disappearance around 1400 CE, long before European arrival in the Amazon. One compelling theory points to a catastrophic drought that ravaged the region, disrupting their way of life. Researchers have discovered massive water reservoirs at various sites, a curious finding considering the Amazon's reputation for rainfall. Whether these reservoirs served as sources of drinking water or for farming fish and turtles remains uncertain. Nevertheless, severe droughts have occurred in the past, and just a few failed harvests could have compelled entire communities to abandon their homes. Intriguingly, these communities flourished in the very area where the explorer Fawcett, whom we mentioned earlier, vanished while searching for his mythical lost city of Z. Perhaps he was closer to the truth than anyone realized. The story unfolds like this. Fawcett stumbled upon a fascinating document, Manuscript 512, at the National Library of Brazil. It is believed to have been penned by a Portuguese explorer who in 1753 recounted the discovery of an ancient city's ruins. The city boasted arches, a statue, and even a temple adorned with mysterious hieroglyphs. However, the manuscript frustratingly omitted the city's precise location. Fawcett became consumed by the prospect of locating this lost city, making it his secondary objective after his primary quest to find the elusive Z. After a brief return to Britain, he launched another expedition in 1920. In 1925, Fawcett, his son Jack, and their companion Raleigh Rimmel disappeared without a trace in the Mato Grosso jungle. Some researchers propose that Fawcett might have been influenced by information gleaned from indigenous people about a place known as Kohikugu. This site, discovered by Westerners in 1925, revealed the remnants of 20 towns and villages, potentially housing up to 50,000 inhabitants. Furthermore, the discovery of other earthworks in southern Amazonia lends credence to Fawcett's theories. In 2005, an American journalist penned an article about Fawcett's daring expeditions and discoveries, aptly titled The Lost City of Z. In 2009, he expanded the article into a book of the same name, and in 2016, the talented writer and director James Gray adapted the story into a major motion picture. Now, a somber reality dawns. The Amazon region is undergoing rapid transformation. Farming, ranching, and energy production are drastically altering this irreplaceable ecosystem. Tragically, those pristine areas harboring ancient relics will not remain untouched for long. It is a race against time to document and preserve the remnants of our past before they vanish forever. The mighty Amazon River, a life force stretching over 4,000 miles, meanders through 9 South American countries. Imagine a place so remote, so untamed, that a simple river becomes an insurmountable barrier. We're talking about a river so vast, so powerful, that building a bridge across it is deemed an impossibility. Here, in a dense prehistoric forest, this river serves as the primary artery of travel. Settlements are scarce, scattered like forgotten seeds. Why bother with a bridge when the river itself is the highway? But this is no ordinary river. Picture this. It can swell by up to 30 feet. During certain times of the year, crossings that were once a mere 3 miles wide explode to a staggering 30 miles in just a few weeks. The sheer scale makes any bridge construction a fool's errand. Now, let's journey to the shores of New Zealand, to the coastal town of Moeraki. Here, scattered along the beach, lie colossal spherical boulders. Some of these behemoths stand at an impressive 6.5 feet tall, weighing in at a crushing 7 tons, the equivalent of 10 full-grown cows. Imagine a 10-cow boulder resting on the sand. Local Maori legend whispers that these stones are the petrified remains of cargo from a long-lost shipwreck, a maritime disaster that occurred centuries ago. But science offers a different explanation. These giants are formed from a combination of sand and gravel, slowly cemented together over eons. Relentless waves and winds sculpt them, smoothing their surfaces and rounding their forms. This gradual transformation is a process that unfolds over millions of years, a testament to the patient power of nature. Our next destination takes us to Indonesia, to the Kawah Ijen volcano. This fiery giant is famous for its breathtaking turquoise-colored lake, nestled within its crater. But be warned, this is no ordinary lake. It's a highly acidic pool, a cauldron of corrosive chemicals. But the real danger lurks in the sulfuric gases that seep out during lava flows. These emissions reach temperatures exceeding a scorching 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. When these superheated gases meet the open air, they ignite in a spectacular display of electric blue flames. This mesmerizing phenomenon is the source of the volcano's famed blue lava. Now, let's set our sights on Surtsey, an island south of Iceland. Born from the fury of a volcanic eruption just over 50 years ago, Surtsey is one of the youngest islands on our planet. The saga began in 1963, when a cataclysmic eruption ripped through the ocean floor, giving birth to this new landmass. Life quickly followed. Bacteria, fungi, and molds were the first pioneers, claiming the island as their own. Soon, other creatures arrived, carried by wind and wave. Seals hauled themselves onto the shores, and birds filled the skies. These avian visitors deposited seeds across the island, sowing the seeds of a new ecosystem. Sadly, Surtsey is now shrinking, succumbing to the relentless forces of water and wind erosion. Our journey continues to the coast of Brazil, where a mysterious island lies hidden. Its Portuguese name is difficult to pronounce, so we'll show it on the screen. From a distance, it appears untouched, a pristine paradise. But appearances can be deceiving. This island is overrun by deadly snakes, a slithering kingdom of venom. More than 4,000 golden lancehead vipers call this island home. These 3-foot-long serpents are among the most venomous creatures on Earth. Perhaps it's best to admire this particular island from afar. Next, we venture to the land down under, Australia. Here we can marvel at the iconic Sydney Opera House, stand in awe of Uluru, Ayers Rock, and encounter countless kangaroos hopping across the outback. But there's another wonder to behold, Wave Rock in Western Australia. This is no ordinary wave of water, but a wave of solid stone. It rises up to 50 feet tall and stretches nearly 300 feet long. The sight is particularly stunning after the rains of winter, when the Western Australian wildflowers burst into bloom, carpeting the landscape in vibrant colors. Now, let's travel to Atlanta, Georgia, home to the World of Coca-Cola Museum. Here, the secret formula for the world's most famous soft drink is locked away in a massive, heavily guarded security vault. Only a select few individuals are granted access to this inner sanctum. Since its creation in 1886, the company has entrusted the formula only to its most trusted and loyal employees. In 2006, a disgruntled former worker attempted to sell the formula to Pepsi. But in a surprising twist, Pepsi alerted the authorities and informed Coca-Cola of the betrayal. Our next stop is Spotted Lake, a must-see destination in British Columbia. During the scorching heat of summer, the lake's water evaporates, leaving behind a surreal landscape of yellow, blue, and green pools. These pools are rich in minerals, including sodium, calcium, and magnesium sulfates. As the water evaporates, these minerals become concentrated, creating the colorful spots. Access to the lake is restricted, protected by a fence and a sign highlighting the area's cultural and ecological sensitivity. Next, we venture into Death Valley, California, a land of scorching heat and mysterious phenomena. Here lies the enigma of the sailing stones. Since the early 1900s, the question of how these stones move across the desert floor has baffled scientists and visitors alike. Some theorize that thin sheets of ice forming around the stones during winter, pushed by strong winds, might be the explanation. But no one had ever witnessed the rocks in motion, that is, until 2014. Scientists deployed time-lapse recorders, capturing footage of the rocks slowly sliding across the ground, solving the age-old mystery. Our journey continues to the marble caves of Chile, nestled in the breathtaking region of Patagonia. These stunning formations are the result of over 6,000 years of relentless wave action, carving and shaping the rock. The crystal blue walls reflect the vibrant turquoise water, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. It's the perfect place for a serene kayaking adventure. Finally, we arrive at Chestnut Ridge Park in New York, home to an eternal flame. What makes this flame truly unique is its location. It flickers beneath a waterfall. Occasionally, the flame may be extinguished for brief periods, but it invariably reignites, sometimes thanks to the efforts of passing hikers. Our last stop is a magnetic hill in New Brunswick, Canada. If you stop your car on this hill, you might witness a strange phenomenon. Your vehicle appears to roll backward, uphill, seemingly defying gravity. While it looks like the car is moving the wrong way, it's merely an optical illusion. The surrounding landscape creates a false sense of perspective, tricking the eye into believing the uphill direction is actually downhill. Imagine standing on the slopes of a peculiar hill, one that defies your very sense of perception. Such places exist around the globe, optical illusions sculpted by the absence of a true horizon. What appears to be an uphill climb is, in reality, a gentle descent, a trick played on the eye by the lack of visual reference. Now let's journey to the radiant shores of Puerto Rico, where lies Puerto Mosquito, the most dazzling bioluminescent bay on Earth. Its name, however, has nothing to do with pesky insects. Instead, it honors the pirate Roberto Cofresi and his swift boat, El Mosquito. Picture this. A summer night, the water as smooth as glass, and millions upon millions of microscopic organisms swirling together, each tiny being emitting an ethereal blue light with every gentle collision. A truly magical spectacle. Our next destination is the Philippines, home to the chocolate hills of Bohol Island. Thousands of these uniquely shaped mounds dot the landscape, their name a delightful misnomer. They have nothing to do with chocolate, yet during the dry season the verdant grass transforms into a rich, cocoa-like brown, lending the hills their tempting name. Now, let's venture to northeastern Thailand, a land of ancient wonders. Here, jutting dramatically from the mountainous terrain, stands a 75-million-year-old rock formation known as the Three Whale Rocks. These colossal sandstone structures bear an uncanny resemblance to a pod of whales swimming in unison. Millions of years ago, this area was a vast desert, but the relentless forces of nature have sculpted the landscape into the breathtaking sight we see today. Plate tectonics, the Earth's shifting lithosphere, thrust these mountains skyward, while the relentless erosion of the Mekong River carved the strangely beautiful formations. Our journey continues to Bolivia, to the Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat. Spanning over 4,050 square miles, it dwarfs even the Grand Canyon. Following the winter months, this immense salt lake transforms into a breathtaking mirror, reflecting the sky with stunning clarity between September and May. The horizon vanishes, replaced by an illusion of infinity, where the sky and earth merge into a seamless, shimmering expanse. Next, we travel to Venezuela, to the Catatumbo River, perhaps the stormiest place on our planet. Here, lightning strikes are an almost nightly occurrence, with nearly 300 storm days each year. These electrical storms are so consistent that they can be predicted months in advance. During the wet season in October, imagine witnessing up to 30 lightning flashes every minute. Strong winds, channeled by the surrounding mountains, create storm clouds above the water. As humid air collides with ice crystals, static charges build, unleashing the spectacular nightly light show. Our adventure takes us to the southern tip of Japan, where the Yonaguni Formation lies submerged beneath the waves. Some archaeologists believe these structures are remnants of a lost Pacific civilization, a fabled Atlantis swallowed by the sea millennia ago. Whether a testament to a vanished culture or a whimsical creation of nature, this underwater site is a captivating mystery. The formation features what appear to be stonework resembling castles, temples, and even a stadium, all connected by roads and surrounded by massive walls. There are even markings on the stone, suggestive of quarry work, faded faces, and rocks sculpted into animal forms. While some scientists argue that the symmetry is not as precise as claimed, the site remains a tantalizing glimpse into the unknown. Now, let's travel to Croatia, to Plitvice Lakes National Park, a stunning cascade of interconnected waterfalls. The tallest plunges a breathtaking 230 feet, while underground channels weave through the landscape, creating natural dams and picturesque lakes. This enchanting environment, nestled deep within lush woodlands and surrounded by meadows bursting with wildflowers, is home to a diverse array of wildlife, including brown bears, gray wolves, Canis lupus, lynx, deer, and a multitude of rare bird species. This 115-square-mile haven is a paradise for nature enthusiasts and bird watchers alike. Finally, we journey into the heart of Vietnam, to the dense jungles where, in 1991, a local logger stumbled upon a mysterious hole hidden amongst the foliage. A strong wind rushed out of the opening, carrying with it the faint sound of a river deep within. Intrigued, the logger planned to return with a flashlight and rope, but when he did, the entrance had vanished. Years passed before he rediscovered the hidden opening. In 2009, he led a team of scientists to the site, and they made an astonishing discovery. Son Doong, the largest cave in the world. The sheer scale of this subterranean realm is awe-inspiring. The main passage reaches a staggering 660 feet in height in some places, more than half the height of the Empire State Building. The cave is so vast that an entire New York City block, complete with 40-story skyscrapers, could fit comfortably inside. Beneath the jungles of Vietnam lies a labyrinth of underground wonders, concealing some of the largest cave systems ever discovered. Imagine traveling back millions of years, long before recorded history, to a world hidden beneath our feet. We find ourselves peering into the depths of Son Doong Cave in Vietnam, arguably one of the most magnificent and largest cave systems on Earth. Ranked as the world's largest caves, this colossal space isn't just rock and darkness, it's a thriving ecosystem, a world within a world. Here, an underground jungle flourishes, a testament to nature's resilience. Sunlight streams through collapsed sections of the cave ceiling, nurturing a vibrant array of plant life. Imagine a microclimate unlike any other, a hidden valley teeming with life, all existing in the heart of the earth. Towering stalactites, some reaching a staggering 250 feet, longer than a Boeing 737, adorn the ceilings and walls, silent witnesses to millennia of geological processes. These formations have been growing for hundreds of thousands, even millions of years. The very limestone deposits that form the cave date back over 450 million years, predating even the reign of the dinosaurs. But the jungle is not the only wonder here. Rivers carve their way through the cave system, born from rainwater cascading through openings in the ceiling. These subterranean waterways are smooth and swift, like natural water slides, beckoning the adventurous. However, a ride on these currents could lead you into the cave's labyrinthine depths, a maze of uncharted tunnels. Their ultimate destination remains a mystery, a hidden world waiting to be explored. In 2018, a team of intrepid divers ventured into the unknown, discovering new sections of Son Doong, revealing its true, immense scale. Plunging into the depths of one of the cave's lakes, they reached a depth of 256 feet, where they discovered a submerged tunnel. A weighted line revealed that this tunnel extended to a depth of 394 feet and stretched for over half a mile. The full extent of this underwater passage remains a secret, a challenge for future explorers. Son Doong is also connected to another gigantic cave system. This is a place of breathtaking beauty, but also undeniable danger. Vast chambers open up to reveal pristine lakes, while dark mountain corridors beckon the adventurous. Since 2013, Son Doong Cave has been open to guided tours, allowing a select few to witness its wonders. This is no casual stroll. The expedition is a multi-day adventure. The journey to Son Doong itself is an odyssey through dense jungles, across rushing rivers, and over rugged mountains. Exotic birds fill the air with their calls, monkeys swing through the trees, and other unique creatures cross your path. Many say the trek to the cave is even more rewarding than the cave itself. Upon reaching Son Doong, You'll spend days exploring with expert guides and porters, camping in different locations within the cave each night. Prepare to be awestruck by the landscapes, by majestic fossils that are 400 million years old. You can even swim in the dark, cool waters of the cave's underground lakes. These expeditions have surged in popularity, drawing adventurers from around the globe, many of whom describe it as the most incredible place they have ever seen. Now, let's journey to another remarkable cave, this one located on the island of Flores in Indonesia. While smaller than Sondung, this cave holds discoveries that have reshaped our understanding of human history. In 2003, a team of scientists unearthed ancient artifacts, including primitive tools crafted from sharpened stones. This indicated that this cave was once inhabited by our distant ancestors hundreds of thousands of years ago. But the most extraordinary find was the skeleton of a small female standing only 3.5 feet tall, about the height of an average adult's waist. Despite her diminutive size, she showed no signs of spinal or bone development issues. This skeleton, along with others found in the cave, belonged to a previously unknown species of human ancestor named Homo floresiensis, or simply Hobbit. This particular female, estimated to be around 30 years old, weighed between 35 and 79 pounds. Analysis of the skulls and bones revealed that Homo floresiensis likely lived on Earth between 190,000 and 50,000 years ago, potentially overlapping with the ancestors of modern humans, Homo sapiens. Imagine the possibilities, a meeting between these two distinct species. Our journey now takes us to Turkey. Picture this. You're renovating an old house, clearing out years of accumulated possessions. The final task is the basement, a space you've rarely visited, its contents a mystery. Deciding to convert it into a usable room, you break down a wall and discover a hidden entrance to a cave. This tunnel leads you underground, revealing an entire lost city. This is precisely what happened in Turkey in 1963. A local resident stumbled upon a secret passage in his basement leading to an ancient underground city. This wasn't just a small shelter. It was a sprawling complex capable of housing approximately 20,000 people, complete with space for livestock and ample food storage. It was more than just a maze of tunnels. It contained a chapel, a school, stables, kitchens, and other hallmarks of a thriving civilization. Imagine a journey into the Earth's hidden realms. Our first stop, a forgotten city, swallowed by the depths. Built in the Byzantine era, sometime between 780 and 1180 AD, this metropolis lies in silent darkness. But it isn't alone. A network of subterranean tunnels connects it to other lost towns, a sprawling world hidden beneath our feet, stretching for miles. Now, let's venture to a place even more bizarre, a realm that seems to defy the very laws of nature. We find ourselves in southeastern Romania, near the Black Sea. Here, on a desolate plain, a dark opening beckons, a tunnel plunging deep into the earth. But be warned, the air within is heavy with hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. The very breath of life is scarce here. While the air we know sustains us with 20% oxygen, here it dwindles to a mere 10%. Without an oxygen tank, survival is impossible. The water, too, is tainted, poisoned. It seems no creature could endure such conditions. Yet, this cave teems with life, an astonishing 48 species in total, 33 of which are entirely new to science. Prepare yourself, for the inhabitants of this place are not for the faint of heart. Pale, ghostly snails and spiders crawl across the damp walls. In the stagnant water, unknown species of leeches and translucent shrimp drift aimlessly. On the ground, white millipedes with enormous elaborate antennae creep along, their bodies segmented and alien. And then there are the scorpions, unlike any you've ever seen. Their bodies are transparent white, their forms bizarre and unsettling. Nothing here resembles the familiar creatures of the world above. Every living thing is either white or transparent, devoid of pigment. They lack eyes, those windows to the soul, but compensate with elongated paws and sensitive antennae, feeling their way through the eternal darkness. Sunlight, the lifeblood of the plant kingdom, cannot penetrate this subterranean world. Oxygen, the byproduct of photosynthesis, is virtually non-existent. So how do these creatures survive? The answer lies in the water, in a strange, unsettling foam that covers the surfaces of lakes and puddles. This foam is alive, a colony of billions of bacteria known as autotrophs. While plants above ground absorb carbon dioxide and use sunlight to create energy, these autotrophs perform a different kind of alchemy. In this carbon dioxide-rich environment, they absorb the gas and secrete minuscule food particles. Bacteria feed on these particles, larger organisms prey on the bacteria, and so on. In this way, an entire ecosystem thrives in complete darkness. This process is known as chemosynthesis, a parallel to photosynthesis that uses water instead of sunlight to fuel its chemical reactions. Deep within this cave, evolution has crafted a unique and isolated biological system, a world apart from our own. Now, imagine yourself lost in the dense jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The air is thick with humidity, and strange, unsettling noises echo all around you. The sun begins to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, but casting long, ominous shadows on the jungle floor. Soon, darkness will envelop you, leaving you alone in the heart of an unknown wilderness. Perhaps venturing off in search of El Dorado on your own wasn't the best idea after all. You press on, driven by a desperate need to escape the encroaching darkness. Suddenly, you stop. What is that ahead? It appears to be a series of large stairways, crafted from stone. This is no natural formation. You quickly snap a picture, the flash momentarily piercing the gloom. Maybe you haven't found gold, but you might have stumbled upon something truly significant. Congratulations, you've discovered Okumtun, a long-lost Mayan city hidden deep within the jungle, a staggering 37 miles from civilization. Its name translates to stone column, a testament to the importance of stone in this ancient culture. The Mayans used it extensively to construct their towering pyramids, elaborate houses, and even their ball courts. If you thought ball games were a European invention, think again. The Mayans were avid players, engaging in these games for both recreation and ritual purposes. Okumtun is just one of many long-lost Mayan cities being rediscovered thanks to modern technology. We'll delve into others shortly. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Okumtun is its location. The city was built on high ground, surrounded by vast wetlands. This strategic positioning protected it from seasonal flooding and provided access to vital resources. The city itself was monumental, covering an area of over 120 acres, equivalent to 90 football fields laid side by side. Archaeological evidence suggests that Okumtun boasted pyramids reaching heights of 49 feet and served as a crucial social hub between 250 and 1000 AD. A truly remarkable find. But the story of lost Mayan cities is an ongoing one. Their unearthing began in the 19th century and continues today. Modern technologies, such as LiDAR imaging, are revolutionizing the way archaeologists explore these ancient sites. LiDAR allows researchers to penetrate the dense canopies of the rainforest without the need for dangerous ground expeditions. No more risking getting lost in the jungle like you did at the beginning of our story. LiDAR works much like an X-ray, emitting laser beams that can detect subtle variations in the landscape, revealing the telltale signs of ruins and ancient constructions. According to space archaeologist Sarah Parcak, satellite imagery has also played a crucial role in discovering ancient cities in South America, Egypt, and beyond. Parcak spends her days meticulously examining satellite images, searching for clues that might lead to the rediscovery of forgotten civilizations. She believes that even more lost cities,